Hey guys, I'm Jesse at Strobepro.com, and today I'm going to be showing you the new softbox and grid set that is designed for our 1x4 flex LED and our 2x2. So this is a separate item, so if you haven't watched our first video on how these all are set up and their different uses, be sure to watch that first. In this video, we're going to be showing you how to set up these new softboxes. So we're going to assemble the softbox for the 1x4 flex LED, but the 2x2 works the exact same way. So if you can figure this one out, the 2x2 will be just the same. So in every bag, you're going to have a couple of things, and I've already pre-opened these, but you're going to have your main diffuser, your grid, and then the actual softbox as well. What's nice about this softbox is that it's rigid, so it does hold some of its shape, which makes it easier to install and just keeps your angles a little bit straighter as well. So the main difference that you're going to notice between the 2x2 and the 1x4 is that the 1x4 softbox actually comes with two pieces. Now why is that? Well, it's because otherwise your softbox to transport it would be 4 feet long. So this way we're able to fold up and actually just do one half at a time. So when you open it up, you're going to see the logo on one side. And basically we're just going to come over to the side here and bring that up to the top, and this cable is the only thing that's going to be in your way. That's the only tricky thing. Just pull that out because there's actually a notch for it to go out of there. So once it feeds through the notch here, we can kind of just line up the edges, and that Velcro is going to wrap around on the back of it. So it's already attached here for me. But if you make a mistake or anything here, just pull off the Velcro. It's really easy to do. And then you can just realign as needed. So before we worry about the top or the bottom on that one, we need to install the other side. So just like you did before, I'm going to bring this guy up and attach the Velcro. So again, we can kind of see the seam, line it up, and just make sure it goes on basically straight down. And then you can kind of just stick it like that. Now we've got the two sides on, so we're ready to attach the top and the bottom. And the way we do that, we're just going to pull the one side over here, and there's Velcro on this bottom side. So we're going to line it up just like we did on the sides, and I'm attaching the Velcro on the back here. So kind of stick that on temporarily, and we can adjust it if needed again in a minute. Once that's on, we're going to bring in the corner and just attach that bottom Velcro. So now you can see it really starting to take shape. And then we're just going to do the same thing on the top. Again, we see back here, I'm just lining up the Velcro, sticking it down, and then we're going to make sure the cord is going out of that hole again. Bring it in there and attach it. So you can kind of go through here and I can look, did I misshape this at all? Maybe down this little corner a little bit. I can realign that a little bit better. And even up on the top here, I can see I'm misaligned a little bit. So I can just bring that back out and redo it like that. But once you kind of get the shape, you don't have to worry too much. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It's still going to block the light because we've wrapped that around there. And we're ready to install the diffuser and the grid. Next we've got our diffuser, and you're going to have the Velcro surrounding that as well. And you're going to notice that the outside of the softbox here, the lip has probably about an inch width of Velcro. And we want to be sticking the diffuser on the inside of that. That's going to give us room to install the grid afterwards. So I usually like to start from the top, is just find it a little bit easier. And you're also going to see that this, we've got an inside and kind of an outside. It's easier to put on if we kind of have our thumbs on the inside of it. We go line it up to that edge. And again, we're not going to fuss too much about getting it perfect right away. Then I'm going to pull this down, and that's going to give me a little bit of tension. And then I'm just going to go and start putting that again along the bottom edge so we've got lots of room for our grid that we're going to put on in a second. We can go back and fill any holes we missed in a second. And there we go. So after you have that, it should be fairly even. Make sure there's no big gaps, and you guys can probably see them better on the camera there, but we'll just go up. Make sure those are all filled in now. And with that done, we're ready to put the grid on. So the nice thing about these softbox kits is that the grids are included. Now you might not always want to use a grid, but it's really nice to have if you do need it. A lot of people ask us, well, when do I use a grid? It's really up to you, but a lot of the times, if you're really trying to prevent flare back into the camera lens, if you really want to isolate a subject, use feathering if we're doing like a portrait, we're trying to rim light, then grids are an awesome option for you to put on your softbox, but they're not always needed. So play around with it and you'll kind of find some specific uses that you like using them for. But it's really easy to put on, just like our outer diffuser. So we're going to kind of open this up and find the skinny top of it there. And again, just like we did with the inner diffuser, I'm going to kind of find the corners here, go up to the top, and now you're going to see why we pushed that into the back previously. And just like that, we've got our top on. Find the bottom, line that up, and then just go and start sticking this on along the sides. And again, don't worry if it's not perfect. It's really not going to affect the light too terribly much, to be honest. But we just want to fill in any big holes that we might have. You can see I missed it over here. So there we go. Our grid is on, our softbox is on. You can see the nice slim profile that we have on there, which is really nice in a tight room. And from there, let's turn it on and see what it looks like. Okay, so I've thrown on the softbox. We've got the grid on there just to give you a quick little demo of what you can do with the grid. And you can see the kind of rim light going along the edge. And where a grid really comes in handy is that this light over here is not going to spill onto the front of me too much. And it's not going back to the camera as well. Even when I go like this, you can really isolate that beam of light across. This also is really handy if you're trying to light up a background behind the subject. So you can see there, now it's not really spilling on me at all. It just gives you that added bit of control that's really nice that typically you can't do with a panel LED, but with the flex LED, it gives you that versatility and those options to be able to do some of this stuff. So guys, now you've seen how to assemble the softboxes, and you can see what a great use these can be in certain situations. The fact is that LEDs sometimes can be pretty harsh to look at if you're just looking directly in them. So having this softbox really smooths that out. You're not going to see like the pinpoint LEDs anymore in your frame. You're not going to get strange catch lights like you would. So they really come in handy. And then you've got the added grid, which really allows you to control that light on another level. Again, these things are awesome because they're so compact there as well. They don't take up much space. They're quick and easy to install and travel with. So be sure you pick one of these up for your Flex LED panel. And until next time, I'm Jesse at Strobepro.com.